Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Robert. I'm with A1 Locksmith. We're here doing our A1 EDU videos. I'm standing in this obviously natural position to tell you that I'm seeing your comments. I'm here to answer the call. You want alternatives. You want other options. So let's find that. And we're gonna do so with today's safe. That would be a product from American Security Products. And this one is called the SF7240. Let's get right to the video. And with that beautiful intro, again, let me repeat, grab your pen this time. American Security Products, AKA AMSEC SF7240. This safe, I think, will fill in the gap and answer some of the questions that you guys and gals have about what are some options. Price-wise, what are some options as far as still with decent security and fire rating and things of the nature. Of course, gun storage being so important that we're talking about a gun safe. To that extent, if you've made it to the channel, you're just looking at safes and you're not looking for a gun safe, stay with me simply because we sell safes like this all of the time, dang near daily, to folks who don't own a gun. People just have stuff. So stay with me. I don't like to just hang on gun safe when I do these because that's not fair to those looking elsewhere. This particular safe, we'll just start with what you see. And what you see is a black textured finish with the black chrome hardware. That is the only way this safe is offered, which is great because black is the #1 selling safe color in the market. I don't care what brand we're talking about. This is the AMSEC ESL5 keypad. Pretty cool that AMSEC, they only have in-house locks, meaning that keypad is theirs. You do not source from another company. They put all of their technology and dollars into their own. That's a pretty cool thing. Yes, we can put a mechanical lock on this if that's what you're into. 3-spoke handle, obviously aesthetics, easy to use, looks nice. Exterior hinges so we get the full swing on the door, which we'll do shortly. Before we go too much further though, we should probably go ahead and talk about our measurements. So you know exactly what size this is. And with the AMSEC family, it's called again the SF7240. Clever enough, those are height and width measurements. So it is 72 inches tall. I'm not that short, it's standing on 4 legs that make it this tall. 40 inches wide. The depth of the body is 26 inches. 26 inches does not include the handle, keypad, or hinges. So when you're measuring your space and thinking about that, where it's gonna go ahead and plan to add safely 2.5, call it 3 inches for depth to make sure you've got that play that you need in order for me to come in and maneuver it where it needs to be. Keep that in mind. The fire rating on this guy is 60 minutes at 1200 degrees. Fire rating important. We, as locksmiths, as a company, have the duty of drilling safes open after a fire. Based off of what we see as locksmiths and as a company, you'll notice a trend. It is often recommended to buy a minimum of 60 minutes of fire protection. Again, that's based off of what I just said, that we drill them open for people after a fire. Keep in mind when somebody in the business who does things for a living recommends certain things because they have the knowledge and the experience to help you understand what you might want to look at or think about. So we like to talk about the fire. We like to do a little graph to help explain that a little better. And so with that, we'll dim the lights. I said dim the lights. They can't see. What are you? Thank you. Here we go. Imagine a graph, and that graph is that the fire is going to reach 1200 degrees. It's gonna stay that hot for a continuous 60 minutes. And if it does stay that hot for 60 minutes, the interior temperature of the safe will not breach 350 degrees. Okay? Let's turn the lights back on. Thank you. Keep that in mind as we go through. All those things combined, it's also important right off the bat, we go and discuss that the exterior steel of the body is made from a 12 gauge steel. 12 gauge is good. 12 gauge is not a bank vault. It is not crazy, super over the top heavy duty, but it is good. And when I say good, we're basing this off of things like in our area here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. The average home invasion is 8 minutes or less. So we're kind of basing that off of what kind of abuse a safe is going to take against an attacker, be it crowbar, drill, hammers, whatever. 12 gauge is definitely going to keep somebody on that kind of a timeline. Past that, it's still going to be a battle for the average knucklehead attempting to do a break-in, okay? So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and talk about the door itself and discuss what also makes it strong enough to help prevent somebody from breaking in. And that would be this whole plate of the front door that you see right here. This is made from a 3/16 inch steel, and I'd like to show you that. This entire thing, like I said, right here, this whole front plate of the door is a separate piece of steel from the rest of the door, the forming and everything that you see here. 3/16 inch plate steel door. That's actually really good in the safe industry, and especially for this level of safe that we're talking about. We're well above entry level at this point now, where we talk about some safes being entry level. This is not that, this is definitely above. We have 1 1/4 inch diameter bolts, and those go all the way around the door to make sure when you shut this door and you turn that handle, that it is exceptionally difficult for somebody to attempt to break into this thing using those methods. Of course, like many other manufacturers, it does have a reed locker connected to the lock body itself inside the door. And that again is for somebody attempting to drill and pry and beat and get that lock out of the way off the front so they can hopefully turn the handle and get their way in. There's essentially a booby trap inside of there that's going to spring and shoot itself. I would spring loaded, it's going to shoot off rather. And it shoots its way into the mechanism in which the handle turns, not allowing the handle to turn. So this thing does offer its own self-defense in very good ways. Back to fire, it does have their dual seal that they like to use. There's a seal here going around the outside edge of the door, as well as another here on the inside of the frame of the body. When those come together and the door shuts and the heat starts, they both begin to swell and activate and increase in size to help make sure that even if there's not so much flame just constantly on the safe, but just a lot of heat in the room or in the area, that we're blocking a lot of soot and smoke from getting inside the safe, as well as the fire itself, okay? Door panel, exceptionally multi usable? Multi-purposeful is what I was trying to say. I came up with that on my own, not the guy behind the camera laughing at me. So with that, they give us these 4 pistol pouches right here that we can Velcro on and off. And I know Velcro scares a lot of us, but these actually do hold on pretty well. You'll see here, we put a weapon on the door, a long gun, so that you can see, you can actually do that twice on the door. That works out pretty neat. And then on the interior, they do call this the 45 gun. I threw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I threw 5 long guns in there just as a quick demonstration. I left shelves over here, just threw some stuff in there so you got to get a feel for your products as well. Adjustable shelving here, move these up and down. There is a cutout here for a longer gun, as I put one in there that you can see that as well. There are holes in the bottom of it so you can bolt it down. American Security Products does offer 5-year manufacturer's warranty on the lock itself, that keypad. And then after that, there is a lifetime warranty for the attempted fire damage and attempted break-in damage as well. We covered that and covered that. So I think this is going to be a pretty good option for you to consider with all these safes that we're popping up and showing you different options for what else is out there. Again, all that shelving, completely modular, move that around however you need to. And notice that I did use scopes in there so you can see, you know, big weapons like this 223 with the big old EO tech on it, as a humble brag. And then this Monster 300 blackout over here, you can see that you can fit some stuff in there, move some stuff around. I do ask that you consider liking and subscribing, okay? Before I leave, I should probably note this safe right here comes in at a retail value of about $24.99. Just to make sure, and just because I like the graphics on the screen, here is the actual price. See? Follow along, turn on the notification bell because I'm spitting them out for you. Me and the mad scientists are making new videos, new content constantly. Oh, didn't tell you, 1,086 pounds, right? You'll get me if I don't tell you that one. Other than that, again, comment and question, ask me what's going on, what else we can answer for you. And until then, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.